Lucy places a balloon in Snoopy's mouth and says, no matter what happens, don't let go of the balloon. Well, Snoopy gets drowsy, falls asleep, head falls down, his mouth comes open, and the balloon floats away. Snoopy wakes up just about the time the balloon has left his mouth and is floating away, and thinks to himself, you make one mistake and you'll live with it the rest of your life. Snoopy knows Lucy. I thought about that the other day when I was listening to a fresh air program on NPR. Terry Gross's guest was there to discuss freedom and technology. Her guest, a lawyer at George Mason University, somebody who has researched and written extensively on the issue, was talking about the freedom or the lack of freedom that we have because of our technological advances. And the part of the interview that struck me was a story of a woman who had, in her early years, had posted some risque photographs of herself on YouTube, and now had become quite a celebrity pop star, and had asked Google, who owns YouTube, if they would remove the photographs because, well, they were embarrassing to her. And Google refused. The claim is that it's now the property of the internet, and you can't take that back. Well, the woman sued and won her case. But the caveat was that Google said they did not have the ability to select certain photographs and certain postings, and so they just removed every reference to her on YouTube. And consequently, if you Google her name right now, you'll find nothing there. Everything is gone. The case was tried in Argentina. And Jeffrey Rosen, the lawyer that Terry was interviewing, said that if that had occurred in this country, the case would never have gone to court, because in the United States, we don't have the right to take back photographs or postings that we've made on the internet. Even though we have posted them and it's about us, we have no right to take them back. Which, according to Rosen, and I agree, is taking things a little too far. There are other countries who will allow one to do that. And interestingly enough, the law that they use is called the right to dignity. Now, I know that I can't change my past. I can't take back things that I have said or done a long time ago. Believe me, I have no desire to live my life over again. But if I could do it, if I could take back the things that I've said and done that have hurt other people, I would do it in a New York minute. At the very least, I ought to be able to take back photographs or any other information that I myself have posted. I need to be able, should be able, to take them back from public scrutiny. And Snoopy's not going to recover his balloon. We know that. Lucy is not going to forgive him. She just doesn't do it. And unfortunately, Lucy has a lot of company in our society today. In my past, I was a Navy Reserve chaplain, and I reported once for temporary duty at the Camp Lejeune Marine Corps base in North Carolina. And as I went into the commanding officer's office, across the colonel's desk, all the way across the front, emblazoned in the traditional Marine Corps colors, red and yellow, were the words, "To err is human, to forgive divine, neither of which is Marine Corps policy." Now, that may be a very effective motivational slogan for the Corps, but it's not an adequate philosophy of life. We need the right to be forgiven for our past. I am not about to make a list of things that I confess to you right now, but I imagine all of us can will remember things that we've done or said that we need to take back. I can't change my past. I can ask for forgiveness for those things. But I believe there's a power in forgiveness. More often than not, as a pastor, I would conclude the worship service with the words, "We are a forgiven people, and now we need to leave this time and space and be forgiving people." Forgiveness is a powerful force. Think of the people that you know or people that you've heard about, some of whom have done horrendous things in their past and have repented, are heartily sorry for what they've done, have been forgiven, and have had their lives completely changed to become compassionate, productive members of society. I should have the right, at the very least, to remove from public scrutiny those things which I have said and done or pictured in the past. I need to be forgiven. I need to be forgiving. I also need to forgive myself. And when the woman sued to get her embarrassing photographs off the internet, off YouTube, she should have had that right. The right that we all have is the right to dignity.